Hello everyone, and welcome to another Pathfinder adventure card game scenario. We are with the character Damiel. This is scenario 2.5 over at the crypt, where at this location, the difficulty of checks against Banes that have the cold or undead trait is increased by 3 plus the scenario's adventure deck number. Alright, let's go ahead and get started. Advancing the Blessings deck, it's a Blessing of Widget. Our first exploration is the Blessing of Abadar. So it's a Dexterity Disable 6 or Divine 5. Well, Damiel has a Dexterity. Actually, he has a Disable of Intelligence, which is D10 plus 4. So maybe he was made for the Blessing of Abadar. Let's see. So 5 plus 4. Okay, we do get that. Looking at Damiel's hand, he does have an Alchemist's Kit. So what he'll do is he will display the Alchemist's Kit and keep the Blessing of Abadar in his hand. Alright, so the hand is reset. We will advance the Blessings deck and we get a Curse of Daybane. So Damiel has a curse, but fortunately the top card of the Blessings discard pile is the Blessing of Widget. So Damiel is able to continue. So exploring, and he finds a crowbar. Well, it's a check to acquire strength 3, and Damiel only has a D4. So rolling a D3. Yep, fell out of the dice tower there. Okay, we do roll a 4. So we do acquire this boon. Let's see. But it's going to go into our discard pile. Damiel likes his hand. He will keep it. So we will advance the Blessings deck. It's a Blessing of the Elements. So now Damiel cannot explore unless he uses an effect to do so. So, I think we'll take a gamble here. We're just not going to explore this turn because we want to hold on to that Blessing of Abadar. It's the only blessing in his hand. So we will reset the hand, which is fine, and we will advance the Blessings deck. Okay, we get a Blessing of the Ancients. So Damiel's feeling a little like taking a gamble, so he's just going to reset, keep his hand where it's at, and he will advance the Blessings deck. Okay, this time we get a Blessed of Mat, so we can explore. So we lost 2 turns. This time we get a Flaming Heavy Pick, Strength Melee 12. Well, Damiel, his melee or strength is a D4, so this is an auto fail. So we will just have to say goodbye to the Flaming Heavy Pick. The hand is fine. Advancing the Blessings deck. We get a Blessing of the Ancients. Well, we'll just have to use the Blessing of Abadar. We already lost 2 turns, so we are exploring. Okay, and we get the villain of this scenario. Well, we lost our Blessing. So it says Undead Ghoul. Check to defeat combat 13. Since he has the undead trait, the difficulty to defeat him is increased by plus 5. So it's a combat 18 check. So this undead ghoul is immune to the mental and poison traits. Before you act, the gaunt cadaver deals 1 poison damage to you. Well, we do have the Scarab Buckler, but unfortunately this Scarab Buckler doesn't do anything to help us about poison damage. So, since he is immune to mental and poison damage, we will take the Noxious Bomb as poison damage. And unfortunately, we are going to have to suffer the Curse of Poisoning. So we have 2 curses we're dealing with currently. And now we have to try to do this Combat 18 check. The only thing Damiel has is this Acid Flask. Excuse me. So we're going to go ahead and roll Damiel's ranged skill. Oh, interesting. I didn't better read the fine print here. So he can use his disable or ranged skill. Well, actually, this makes this type of alchemical concoction very beneficial because Damiel's intelligence is D10 plus 4. Wow, how about that? So we're going to roll D10 plus 4 plus 2D6. Wow, how about that? Very, very pleased with that new revelation. So Damiel, who is very highly intelligent, is adding plus 4 to this check and only these 3 dice. Alright, let's see what happens. So we rolled a 10 and a 5 is 15, 16. So that by itself wasn't enough. But fortunately, Damiel was able to add +4. So our final check is 20. So we rolled 20, we needed an 18, and the Gaunt Cadaver has been banished. And since he's been banished, we can close the location. Alright, well actually that was very interesting. That was a fun scenario. Damiel was victorious. Let's go ahead, and we haven't done this in a while. We'll go ahead and do a deck check for Damiel. Let's put him right there. Let's go ahead and look at his cards. So, pretty fascinating adventure. He didn't really gain a lot of loot. But this is the state of Damiel's deck. He has a Chakram, Potion of Healing, Alchemist's Kit, Scarab Buckler, Acid Flask, Noxious Bomb. He has a, let's scoot it down there, he has the Blessed of Abadar. So he did gain that this adventure. He also did gain a Crowbar. So he can't trade these to traders, unfortunately, because it's just basic level material there. So let's scoot this down here. Okay, so he has for allies the Ubashki, Soul Stimulant, Acid Flask. He has 2 of these undead cats. He seems to have gained a cat motif. Blessed Horus. He's got a lot of really great items which are helping him out. Some really cool blessings. So that's the state of Damiel's deck. The reward for this scenario was actually this ally, a Loot 2, and the Natron Fang. So that's what he gained. Damiel has some choices for places for allies to go to the, for traders. I think what Damiel wants to do is he's going to still go to Falsing Deek. He's going to go to Falsing Deek and see what kind of items Falsing Deek is offering. The items have to be a level 1 or 2, since we are on level 2. We're winding down the whole level 2 scenario because we're on scenario 2.5. So we are randomly picking which item Falsing Deek is offering. So let's go ahead and look at the top here. So it has to be a level 1, so he's offering Staff of Minor Healing and the Lottery Urn. Okay. So, these are very interesting items. Damiel, I think he could benefit from, well, the Staff of Minor Healing. I mean, recharge this card and choose a character at your location to recharge a random card from his discard pile. We can kind of already do that with the Alchemist Kit. And we also have the Scarab Buckler. But this card to me is a little more intriguing. The Lottery Urn. So, for the Lottery Urn, on your check after you roll, recharge this card to choose a number. Reroll all dice that have a value equal to that number. Take the new result. Well, I really like this card, but in order to get to this card, Falsing Deek. Okay, so we already have these 2 items which we could trade. So we could trade these 2 items, looking at the interesting, or, so since it is an item, we would have to trade, we'd have to get rid of 1 item from our pile here. So we'd actually have to get out either the Mumia, Blade Guard, well, we could lose the Blade Guard. We could possibly lose the Noxious Bomb, the Acid Flask. So the thing is even though we want the Lottery Urn, we probably do want items that have the alchemical trait. So I'm leaning towards getting the Lottery Urn, possibly trading the Natron Fang or this level 2 ally. Not a fan of this guy. So we'll figure out what we're trading to Falsing Deek, but we will definitely add the Lottery Urn to our deck. We'll have to lose an item or 2, and since we gained a blessing, lose a blessing. Maybe we'll keep the Blessing of Abadar. I don't know. But that's the state of Damiel's deck. I'll let you know what we decided for the next adventure. And thanks for watching. I will have another adventure up shortly.